Can't start yet.
Yeah, Steven, Manuel Fied from Transfermarkt. First of all, congratulations. Really curious about your what your thoughts are on Denis Bouanga today. He had an outstanding game.
Dankeschön, erstmal. Congratulations, maybe a bit premature. We still haven't advanced, and so this is a two-leg matchup, and we need to finish the job in LA. I believe if we can perform in a similar manner we did tonight, then I think we will advance. But we had the same result against our last opponent in the last round, and it got a little shaky at home. So we are warned, and we'll be ready for Tuesday. And Denis has shown in the league already. He showed us last year, obviously, his potential in this league. And he's kind of connected the dots this season and becoming very prolific for us. Just an incredibly individual player, but has now understood and understands our system a little better. And we're getting him in better positions than we did last season. So I see no reason why this should stop. He can continue in this manner as long as he stays healthy. He's a very important player for our squad after losing our number 9 last season. So players like Denis and Carlos and Stipe, who came in very well, and obviously Mahala, all need to step up and be a little more prolific and productive, and they're doing exactly that. So LAFC's football remains and looks similar to last season, which is our goal.
Denis looked like he almost turned a switch and turned it on. Is that how you saw it as well?
If I'm completely honest with you, I thought he was quite poor up until that goal. And after that, he was much better. At times, things get a little too individual or complicated. And then we are at our best when we are connecting more passes and finding Denis in better positions to run at players in the box and not in midfield. And sometimes that gets a little mixed up, but he is smart enough and intelligent enough to figure it out, and he did once again. So we're happy with how he finished the game, but certainly we'll talk about the start.
Perhaps building off of that question, it seemed like the first half was more of a defensive battle, and then something kind of changed, and around the 50th minute, you guys kind of took hold of the game. What was it in your eyes that changed around that time?
Well, I thought in the first half we were in complete control. There were one or two small moments in transition that Vancouver this year has improved greatly in, and that it's kind of is about their game model as well and their positioning. But I thought we were in complete control. It's the first leg of a 2-leg series, and so we were just happy with the first half, how we progressed the ball, controlled the opponent, and we asked the players to clean up a few things in the final third to be a little more prolific and a little more dangerous to try to get a goal. And it came from an individual effort, but I believe if we continued on the same path, things would have been fine. We would have scored in another manner. I thought in the beginning of the second half, Vancouver actually did play a little better, and we stopped connecting passes. But as soon as we started moving the ball again in our own rows, the game was in complete control. And in no ways did I feel we could lose this match tonight.
This is a market that's pretty familiar with Max Crepeau. Obviously, you don't have him in net right now, but can you talk about what John McCarthy's added to this team in his absence?
Yeah, I'm not sure what minute it was, but John came up early in the first half, came up with a very big save. I think it was off a corner kick, and Tristan Blackman had a good look at goal. And John came up big for us. And for John to do that last season, coming in the final in the manner he did, and then today as well, that's why you have quality goalkeepers in goal. And John has shown that obviously in training last season, and he's coming up big this year. So it's incredible to have two very, very talented goalkeepers.
I was actually gonna ask you, with this performance today and having sort of, the 3-goal lead going into next week and right ahead of the El Tráfico, does this help a little bit in terms of how you prepare for, that really big matchup against LA Galaxy?
Yeah, the games against Galaxy are always interesting and usually fun to watch. But our focus right now is on Austin, and then after Austin, it will be on Vancouver and advancing in this competition, which we really want to do. And then we'll deal with Galaxy. But there's plenty of time after our match next Tuesday against Vancouver to recover physically, to put up a good fight against the Galaxy.
It was a dominant game, you can very much admit. But ahead of the next game against Vancouver on Tuesday, how do you avoid complacency in your team to make sure you don't have a scary match like you did in the second leg against Alajuelense?
Well, a couple of ways we can do it. We can show them some of the clips from our return leg against Alajuelense. But I honestly don't think I need to. This group is matured over the last year and a couple of months now. We have a lot of experienced players. We really want to do well in this competition. So the writing is on the wall for the players. I'm not sure we need to show them too much. We'll obviously talk about it, but these players want to win games, and they will try to win next Tuesday as well.
Okay, we'll go to virtual here.
Jonathan, go ahead.
Hey Steve, this is Jonathan Siegel from MLSsoccer.com. I couldn't hear volume in the room, but they unmuted me on the line, so I wanted to get a question in. Denis, how have you seen the rest of the squad embrace him as really a leading man of this team? Because he came in last year, gets integrated, takes a second, and then comes up big in big moments. And now it seems like he's becoming a real face of this club in so many ways.
Oh, well, I can say integrating players into this team is very, very easy. We've tried to create an atmosphere in and around the club that welcomes everyone. And, whether it was Denis or some of the other new players, they've all been welcomed in the same fashion. And I see every day at the club, at the training facility, guys come in with a smile and they enjoy being here. And the fact that Denis jumped on a play after his national team duties, landed an hour before our home game, and comes up with the winner speaks volumes about how he feels about LAFC. Whether or not somebody has to become the face of the organization, I don't think that's necessary. And that's certainly not our goal. Our goal is to win football matches, and Denis helps us. He is one of many players in our organization who will help do that. And everybody in this team understands that at LAFC, you were at this club to win games, and maybe not to become the face of an organization. That is, to us, never the goal. We want to win championships and games, and Denis helps us greatly.
Hey, Steve. I'm just curious, after Carlos's comments earlier this week about him just not necessarily being happy, I guess, where he is physically or perhaps in performance based. What did you see from him today? Goes 90 minutes, which I don't want to make it seem like it's a big accomplishment nowadays, but in a road game, in a tough place, in obviously a big game, it is a big deal for him to go those 90. What did you see of his performance and where he's at?
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance from Carlos. He's our captain, and he's very important. And I saw a very engaged player, tactically very disciplined tonight with his positioning, with his passing, his communication with the group, calming the group down at times, getting hold of the ball and connecting passes, creating some key passes. There was a big chance for Denis in the first half that Carlos created, and not many players play that pass or see that pass. So he remains a very important role or player for this organization. And look, sometimes performances are better than others, but tonight I saw a very good and disciplined Carlos Vela.
Okay, thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
Again, done.
Yeah, again.
A rat?
Yeah, there's a rat.
There's a rat. A rat. Let's be fast.
Questions.
Vanny, can you give us your first assessment of that performance?
Yeah, it's hard to give an assessment to the total performance in the sense of, the idea was to be very well organized and don't concede anything and try to be attacking them in counter and then try to put more offensive weapon in the second half. And when the game becomes a little wider and having chance to score, we were almost doing it in the sense that first half they had more the ball, but we were defending very well. They never shot a goal. They had a big chance, but we had a couple of big chances in transition too. So second half we actually started very well. Then Bouanga scored like a banger. So it was like this when they scored those goals like this. Unfortunately, we did a disaster on the second goal, and I think that's the thing that also made us being a little bit chaotic at the end. If we don't concede that goal, I think that we were having more chance to go forward in the second half, and maybe we could score even the tie. What I like, the fact that we never stopped. We wanted to score. We knew that scoring a goal could probably brought chance to score the second. We had the chance with Simon. We had the chance with the cross with Ranko ball in the box. Of course, they had chance too. We were pushing, and that's the thing. They have a ton of quality, and they have a couple of players that are very, very good. So you need to limit them playing the perfect game. Unfortunately, we missed a couple of chances in the first half, and I would say the biggest thing is we basically gifted them a goal. So, and when you do like this, it's hard.
When you say you gifted them a goal, you're talking about the second goal?
Yes.
From your perspective, what happened defensively on that play?
No, we had the ball. It was not even under pressure. Unfortunately, Andres basically stumbled on the ball. And after being stumbling on the ball, he went a little bit in panic. He could have passed the ball back to Yohei for sure. And Yohei cleared the ball and we're there. And, mistakes happens. If we want a team that is playing well, like we're playing offensively, we need to have the character in order to build up from the back. And unfortunately today, this big mistake brought a very important goal for them. That's okay.
Want to go first? Go for it.
So, Coach, was this, a case of just mistakes and the efforts of one world-class forward, or was there a deeper problem in that second half, and especially in that 10-minute window?
No, I think it was like you said. I think because to be honest, the best spell that we had was the first 15 minutes of the second half before conceding the goal. So we were playing well, we were doing well, we were, again, if we think that we are here and LAFC doesn't touch the ball, we are like living in a fairy tale. So we are doing, I would say, our game. Unfortunately, they had a world-class goal and a world-class gift.
And after Saturday's performance, a lot of people were raving about Ali and Simon. And for this match, they started off the bench. What was the game plan going into the match?
The game plan was to play. They will play Saturday and 90 minutes again. And the game plan was, as I said before, to have the guys that are they were helping us more in containing them and having this young blood. I want to add Pedro also in this group to have these three guys playing 30 minutes and create problem when the games was going to be wider. The other thing, only for Ali, it's this game was at 7 p.m. instead of 7:45, so it means that he couldn't eat before the game, and that's the reason why we played in the second half, giving him the possibility to eat at halftime and having energy in order to go.
And lastly, how do you motivate the team going forward ahead of Saturday's game against Timbers and even next Tuesday against LAFC in LA?
Saturday game, I think we motivate like just the fact that we need to make 3 points, and we'll talk Friday about a couple of things that we did today we could have done better, but that's the thing that we need to be motivated on Saturday in order to try to win the game. for Tuesday, I want just to remind everyone that Alajuelense lost 3-0 at home at 77th minute. They were winning 2-0 and they missed the chance to score the 3-0. So nobody thinks that we go there to make to visit LA. We go there trying to win 3-0 and win and go maybe to the penalty and win.
Vani, I'm really curious about the first goal that Denis scored. It is an outstanding goal for sure.
Yeah.
You do also sense though that it was maybe preventable as well.
Yeah,
he strikes it perfectly, but
yeah. We were two
Takano's-
guys in front of him. I think there were Julian and Ryan in front of him.
Yeah.
And of course, the closest you go, the hardest is for him to hit. I have to be honest, they were in front of him, but it's like there's no perfect distance in soccer. There are from some players being 1 meter to the players is enough. For some players, it's not enough. So today, unfortunately, wasn't enough on this shot. The shot was perfect, like he went like under. But I agree the fact that if we want to be, I have to rewatch the play, to be honest. But I agree with you that maybe we could have been a little bit more aggressive.
I guess my question then is, because Gerondolo was sitting here just before you, and he said that Denis actually didn't have a great game until that moment.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess how do you prevent someone like that all of a sudden to turn it on?
You can't, because it's I don't know if you remember, guys, the final last year against Toronto. So Bernardeschi didn't touch the ball for 75 minutes, and then he made the assist that So that's the reason why some players make the big bucks, and they're very good. So the thing is that again, against those players, you need to be perfect for 90 minutes in order to. And okay, and if they score the goal that he scored, we are all again say good. The problem is that against this kind of team, you shouldn't do the mistake that we did on the second goal, and that is the thing that is killing me a little today.
Questions? I have one more.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, LAFC have a difference maker like Bouanga.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel as a coach? Do you wish you had someone like that too?
It's like LFC, it's a different thing. I think we have difference makers. I think, and we have to work with the material that we have that is very good. So I don't want to have like going us in depression because we had a game where probably is the first game where the other team was better than us. And, in the other 8 games between league and Champions League, we were always very good, always on the front foot. So I think that we cannot complain for the quality of the players that we have. It's for sure the best group that I ever had since I'm coaching the Whitecaps. So I'm happy with the guys that I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take it online real quick. If you have any questions from the group on the webinar, any questions, raise your virtual hand real quick. Okay, JJ Adams, go ahead.
Why is not here? He wants to feel like he's from Los Angeles. Yeah.
JJ, go ahead. You should be unmuted.
I can't hear you, JJ.
JJ, we've got you unmuted. Is there a question? Okay, that's it. Thanks, Coach.